Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So again, we're back with Lazy Purple content. From the last time that I remember, the people have been telling me that I also need to look at TF2 as a timeless masterpiece. I have not watched this one, obviously. Back to look streaming good dip. All right, have a good one, Saucy.
I'm gonna dip.
So I am gonna do my due diligence and watch this video, but this one was recommended to me by another guy in the comments. By the way, I look at the comments that you guys send me as much as I can and try to get ideas of what to watch. So once we're finished with a couple of other ones, we will be releasing a bunch of other TF2 content, things that you guys want me to watch. I wouldn't recommend you guys recommending me anything from Undertale, because every time I talk about Undertale, I say some shit that people just don't like. And oops, I'm sorry, I'm just not the I'm not the Undertale guy. TF2 is fine though. But yeah, no, we're gonna go on ahead and watch TF2 as a timeless masterpiece. I'm probably gonna be the last I might be lying here again, but this might be the last video that we watch from Lazy Purple, because it seems like all the other stuff is stuff that you kind of just watch by yourself and kind of just enjoy, like, you know, videos and whatnot. But we'll see. If you guys want me to react to anything else, just please comment below, or just go into my Discord and you can go on ahead and put it in reaction recommendations as well. But let's go on ahead and start the video.
Team Fortress 2. Where do I begin? This game means so much to so many people. It actually makes me a little emotional. But what makes it such a timeless game?
I'm gonna give you my 2 cents of why TF2 is such a timeless masterpiece, because by the way, I have played the game. I may not be a big fan, but I know a good game when I see one. I'm telling you right now, it is a game that I would recommend anyone play, even if I'm not the person to be the one to recommend it, because I'm going to be 100% with you, dude. I've only played it for a couple months. In fact, I'll even tell you the amount of hours I put onto it myself, because I do not have that much when it comes to hours. I will be honest and truthful to you guys. All right. I only have 27 hours on the game. And I can tell you guys right now, with those 27 hours that I played with it, it is a fun game, especially when you're playing with friends. It's not super fucking competitive. It's very easy to get into, even though the game is very old, and a lot of the things that you learn from the game itself are pretty interesting. I won't lie. It's a very good thing to get into. If you want to play a good game, I would recommend it. The fucking the way that the game plays, like the controls are fluid. The things that you learn are great. The skill ceilings for a lot of the characters are pretty, like, no, the entry point for all the characters are low, with a high amount of skill cap for each and every one of them. Not all of them have mechanics that work really well with each other. When you're playing with friends, you'll always have a fun time. And yeah, no, I would probably, it definitely is. And to this day, I haven't felt like, I bet if I go into TF2 like now, I probably have a lot of fun playing it. I'm not gonna lie.
That's right. TF2 came out 10 years ago on October 10th, 2007. That's almost half of my life.
That is
But how has TF2 lasted so long? Inspired to find out, I hopped into a casual game. Now, I hadn't played in a long time, so I wasn't sure what to expect. With the game being 10 years old, you'd think that the only people still playing it would be seasoned, die-hard fans, masters of the game, pushing the limits of the game's design. But what I saw instead warmed my heart. First of all, we have 4 spies.
Yes!
As always. This devilish Gibbison badge spy is totally immersed in his role as a handsome, roguish master of disguise.
Well, off to visit your mother.
Meanwhile, this guy is doing the
one.
spy crap. This joke is from 2008, and this guy is still keeping it alive. But wait, no. What's that I hear? Yep, that's the conga. This guy is trying to start a conga line in 2017 for what is probably the 100th
This is
time.
2017,
You know
that's
what?
crazy.
This guy's loving it.
Magnificent.
You see, I realized something. That very next round, almost the entire team was doing the Kazatsky kick, Except this guy's still trying to do the cargo. Anyway, it was at this moment that I realized we were all just a bunch of people sitting at our computers sharing a brief yet silly moment together. And this
Lazy
is the
doesn't
soul
much
of
like his
TF2.
content being used for
It's a world of
reaction
its own.
content.
The
In
character
example,
development, the inside joke.
Someone just watching it without much input, and it's basically just a upload of his video. However, he doesn't mind as much as long as the person reacting is transformative and adds legitimate commentary or uses it to take a sort of point of some kind.
I mean, I think I've done that much for a lot of the videos that I have. I mean, you've watched I'm pretty sure you've watched my videos. I've gone into my streams. I don't try to make it my point to just look at a video blankly. I actually do try to make a point as to like watching the videos and making my own points into it, adding stuff that's a lot more. Obviously, I don't do constructive criticism because this is not my forte when it comes to these kind of things. I'm not an editor. I'm not one who makes content of this kind. Most of my stuff is kind of like story writing and stuff like that. But whenever it comes to reaction content, I don't think that I just go into steal content of the sort, right? Like, I think I do add like my own 2 cents into the content to kind of like, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna boost it. I obviously don't really see my reaction content as high as most people do. It's reaction content, for fuck's sake. It's just me watching a video and then giving you my 2 cents on it. But I'm not gonna like go on ahead and just steal people's content for no reason without actually just not putting my input into these things. I have fairly been doing it on a lot of the other content that I've been doing. I do make sure to actually talk during that time. Sometimes there might be gaps and stuff, but it's mostly just because it's very hard for me to completely think, to get a complete thought cycle into it to be able to do that kind of thing. So I think I do good stuff.
You do stop and add commentary at least, which is more than most reactors.
You had me fucking scared, buddy. You literally started saying that and I'm just like, oh man, I really hope that I'm not just watching a fucking video with chat. Well, you're fucking giving me a panic attack, bro. Swear to God.
Jokes, the hats, the art style, it all helps to create an entirely unique universe that people want to be a part of. Here I come adding some more stuff to this thing here. But yeah, no, like, this is a video from 2017, by the way. This is like 10 years before, and I still think that even after 2017, I think the point still stands. There is a lot of people who are still kind of keeping memes alive, doing dances, doing their things. You can go into it. It's a very welcoming community. You know, some parts of it. Obviously, every community will have its little
conversation.
Fair point. Still. But like, I this still holds up till this day. TF2, Team Fortress 2, is a game that anybody can be welcome into. Even if, like, obviously there are going to be some people who are not going to want to play the game, mostly just because they're looking at the aesthetics of the game, looking at things. I would still recommend anyone playing this game. There's just people who are playing it. You can get into the older memes, like boomer ass memes that come into it, and still fresh whenever you're playing the game. It's not like other games that are constantly changing their style over and over and over again. This keeps its style. And not to mention, now that I've seen, I think there are updates being added into the game as of now. This is a game that's been out for like close to 20 years now, man. Like, holy fuck, like, this game is still going. It's still a great game, and the community is still an amazing community. I have yet to once, by the way, in the comments, to be absolutely flamed by people in the TF2 community. They have been the nicest people. They have been the nicest people that I have interacted with.
Casual.
They have been like the sweetest fucking people that I've interacted with in my fucking YouTube comments. They haven't given me shit. They recommend me more TF2 material to talk about, to watch. They want to see me do more TF2 content. They are a, like, they legit are a wonderful community. They don't, like, I was giving a bit of criticism of the fucking Undertale community, and all of them were badgering me about how I was playing the game incorrectly. How I told them that I felt like a lot of the characters in the fucking Undertale just didn't feel like the most interesting characters To me, by the way, I'm not saying to other people. Other people, I even added that other people can fucking like love them immediately 100%. I just don't see that in my game. Sometimes I feel like some characters just get off too easily. Some other characters feel like they're just not focused enough. And then like some gameplay aspects feel like they could have done more with it. And I got a fucking train run through me. I'm exaggerating, by the way. They just sent me very, very vitriolic letters to me and been like, oh, then like you're doing it wrong, you suck, blah 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 kind of type shit. But these people, I would send small criticisms, and some of them even tell me like, oh yeah, dude, but you should try this, you should watch this, you should look at that. There's a lot more to them than other, you know, other places that I've gone to. And by the way, I'm more of a Fallout guy, by the way. I love Fallout, but these people make me want to do more content for them. Even if all it is the slop content, you know, like I'm just a sloppy guy. I give everybody the sloppy toppy content.
TF2 is kept alive by the community support and general support of the creatives.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That is true.
Ah! Oh, merde.
You know what got me into TF2?
Imbecile!
It wasn't someone telling me how great rocket jumping is or how satisfying it feels to land a backstab.
Yes!
Nope, it wasn't any of that. It was the videos where we got to meet the team.
I've seen those!
I am heavy weapons guy,
Godspeed, you magnificent bastard.
and this
Yes,
is my weapon.
I am having a heart attack.
I immediately fell in love with the characters that Valve had created. I wanted to play as them. But did you know that these characters almost never existed? Interestingly enough, Valve had initially planned on releasing TF2 with a more realistic art style. Let me tell you something. This does not last 10 years.
Yeah, something about using realistic, how do I say? There we go. I found the exact look. Okay, so realism. By the way, I'll give you my 2 cents on realism. I'm probably gonna hear this thing over and over again when everything. Realism is the shittiest fucking way to base a game on. Don't get me wrong, some games are great when it comes to making them look real. God of War is a great one. It does really well.
Community is a mixed bag. The loudest voices nowadays are the negative. It's the same reason why Markiplier never completed the game, because people kept telling him how to play rather than letting him discover things on his own.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do agree with that. But yeah, realism. It is the bane of my own existence. I fucking hate when games try to be try to make the graphics realistic. It is a gross concoction, an overstep. It is the bane of God himself. It is as if we ourselves decided that we wanted to play God and make ourselves a copy of ourselves onto a disc. It is the worst fucking thing that has been inserted into the gaming community, because gaming was never meant to be a process into making the most realist effects. By the way, also the people who were saying when they complain about graphics about being too great, those are the same people who jerk themselves off whenever they this is an incomplete sentence. This is gonna end in an incomplete sentence. Fuck it, I'm ending it. It's bad. I don't like realism because when it was done before, it had its problems. It looked gross, because after a while that realism was replaced with a better realism, was replaced with another better realism, replaced with another better realism, to the point where we get into the future and soon enough we'll have people looking like people coming up into a game and we'll be like, whoa, that's so crazy. But at the same time, what benefit does the game have for that? Games like God of War did do well with doing that kind of realism because it worked with the emotional, level of things. It works in an emotional way. You have a god basically coming from a human with human emotions, reactions, and all of that, and it makes sense for like games like God of War. It makes sense for all those other ones. But like a lot of games that try to do realism, mostly like war games and stuff like that, you kind of think like, what does this really add? like, I think you're just doing it just to kind of show off how much, like, at this point, whenever you do like realistic like effects and stuff like that, like textures and all that, I think the only reason why you do that is to show off that you can process that. But what's even the point of showing off when some people can't even play the game sometimes because of just the quality of the way that the game is looking? It's a stupid idea in general. I'm not gonna lie, it's a stupid idea. My rant may have been cut short by a couple things, but people who like realistic textures in games are just horrible for gaming in general, especially when creating games, honestly, because something like this will last you a lifetime. By the way, I'm pointing at the little soldier guy, but whenever you go into realism, that'll only get you so far, honestly. It's gonna slowly phase itself out, and then you're gonna see how aged it is, but then you get like stylistic cartoony type things like TF2 and stuff like that, and it just lasts. It just lasts, man.
Now this lasts 10 years.
Yep.
And then some. But TF2 has more going for it than just its humor. See, funny animations and inside jokes can only carry a game so far.
It does.
What keeps players around is the solid gameplay. I'll be honest with you, I've really struggled to figure out what makes TF2 such a great game. Is it the shooting? Is it the movement? But that's when it struck me. What if it's both? It became apparent to me that TF2 was carefully designed so that the guns and the movement worked together to form some of the best combat ever crafted. So, let's talk about the first point. The guns. The guns. First of all, most weapons in TF2 do a lot of damage per shot.
1 shot, 2 shots, 2 shots, 2 murder. The pyro.
Whoa, let's calm down. Now, if you look at some of the most used primary weapons for each class, you'll see that 7 out of 9 of them are single fire rather than automatic. Even Pyro has a single fire flamethrower now.
Hey!
Single fire weapons feel great to use. When you shoot these guns, it's like bang, you know?
That's what I'm talking about.
There's a he's probably going to talk about the balance of the two, and he's right. I think that there has to be some sort of regulation between single shot, or in this case, what was it, auto fire and semi-auto fire? Because if you allow auto fire to do as much damage as a single fire
and chunky damage,
it's very much likely that the auto fire will be used 10 times out of 10. It's just, this is more just for the competitive side of things. For the casual side of things, obviously people are going to try different things and try to do things, but it does make the game unfair if single fire kills in 2 shots and auto fire kills in 2 shots. It just, so you have to find this like clever little balance between the two. Rapid fire, so maybe like a timing, maybe it goes off of like a timing thing, you know, like it takes this amount of time to kill somebody with this gun, while this one takes this much for a gun. And some of them also require like for you to take fucking cover to be able to do these things, or there's buffs that you can do to make guns more powerful and stuff like that. It's a very, very clever song and dance between the balances of all the guns that kind of make it very well melded together. It's a very, very artistic way of looking at it.
When you shoot these guns, it feels like boom, like boom, like boom, like boom. Okay, you get my point. Thanks to the incredible sound design and heavy damage of these weapons, I can literally hit a scout with a pipe grenade, die horribly, and still have had fun because of how great it feels to land a direct hit.
Ooh.
There's something about the deep of the gun and the sharp of the hit, along with seeing that I did a whopping
For
100
multiplayer
damage,
games,
that
it
together makes me feel like, nice,
and whatnot.
I hit him.
Everyone
Next time,
needs
I'll hit
to
him
be
twice.
able to have fun.
Compare this to
with the
shooting
weapons
snipers
of
SMG.
choice.
Scout is jumping around, you're getting a couple of little shots in, and you inevitably die.
That is true. For multiplayer games, it makes sense. Game balancing and whatnot. Everyone needs to be able to have fun with the weapons they choose. Yes, that is true. Every weapon has to be fun in a certain way. And if it's not fun, then soon enough they will be made to be fun. You just got to figure out what makes them fun and then kind of go into it with the same way that it's supposed to be used. Some people find different ways to use weapons to do exactly that they want to do. But in any case, yeah. Also, the sound design does work a lot. Sound design does do a lot of heavy lifting when it comes to especially making a shooting game. It's like the same feeling you get whenever you shoot somebody in fucking Overwatch and you get that little sound, the clink, and that fucking feeling of the
SMG
it's that clink. It
does
just feels
10
fucking
horsepower DMG per shot, while demo feature is like 70% HP for exception of heavy.
Yeah, but like, yeah, sound design is also included into all this. While the damage, the visualization of the damage is also nice. It's just a very clever thing all put together into this nice little package that kind of makes you feel good, especially when you're landing your shots. That's why I hardly play shooting games, because I'm bad at aiming.
It's frustrating as heck.
Stupid, bloody, spastic little gremlin. Sniper! Yeah, get a real gun. Okay. Thanks, mate. Yes!
The second reason shooting is so fun is that the character models in TF2 are so big. Just look at that absence of curves. That beautiful rectangular figure. This is a real man's hitbox.
Woo! Hey! You'll never hit me!
Rectangular figure.
Easy.
The guns feel powerful, and the hitboxes are rock solid.
Oh, that's an
Believe
interesting
it or
thing.
not, that makes it fun to shoot stuff, which is pretty important in a first-person shooter, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Now let's talk about the second point.
So, the idea of wanting to be shot and wanting to shoot didn't really cross my mind. I never thought about the hitboxes being a thing. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm used to games where like using a character with the thinnest fucking frame is it. And yeah, I guess it does make the game a lot worse because you're just, I don't know, trying to shoot a stick. That's fucking annoying. So no, actually, that's actually a pretty good point. I'm not gonna lie. I will give it to him. I never really thought of that.
The movement.
Oh.
What?
You put a new player into the game and you tell them, look kid, you move with WASD, alright? That's all they pay me to tell you. Stupid job just because I'm 2 inches tall.
Yeah.
And they go on to
Knowledge
use
of
their movement
hitboxes
exclusively
is
as a way to
actually
get from one
quite
place to
prevalent
another.
in TF2.
Thanks, mate.
That's crazy.
Then they die one too many times and think, maybe I could use my movement to dodge things. Oh yeah, you can. How wide do you strafe? Left, right, oh geez! Do you strafe in one direction more than the other one? Man, I didn't expect that. How do you incorporate diagonal movement? It's a 3D game, man, you gotta think about that. You can even do a figure eight. To get a figure eight out of WASD movement, you have to press A, W, DSD, WASA, WDSD, WASA, WDSA.
I think I know how to do that. I just would rather not explain it because the
hard to
patterns
keep
just
doing it.
fucking kill my brain.
There's so much you can do with WASD.
But Lazy Purple, other games have WASD controls. What's so special about TF2?
Great question. There are two reasons that movement is so satisfying in TF2. Reason 1, the weapons in TF2 are very hit or miss. You either get hit by a pipe grenade,
See?
or you don't.
Hello again. Screaming eagles.
It's so stupid.
You're either engulfed in the flames of a flare gun, or you're not.
What? I'm a freaking blur here.
You can hit a fat meat shot, or miss entirely. Because so many weapons in TF2 are hit or miss, dodging is heavily rewarded. Which leads into reason 2.
That is true. It's an interesting interaction. Like every game, like I think even Quake has this kind of like feeling where you kind of do it. Like learning even the most simplest controls can be a lot more complicated when playing games because you don't really know. I think it's more of just like the idea of like fucking with somebody's head. Like you're moving right, but you move left, but you gotta move left at the right time. Like you want to be able to not get caught out by bullets, but at the same time, like maybe there's a plan into it. Just in itself, just WASD and spacebar in general do create this idea of so much more that you can do. Running towards a sniper, right? Let's say there is no way that you're able to dodge a sniper, right? But you're given two choices here. You can run towards a sniper and obviously a headshot and then you die instantly. Or you can implement a jump. And when you jump, now instead of the sniper hitting you in the head, which is a one-shot kill, it hits you in the chest, which is more than likely going to be a 2 to 3 shot kill. So that's kind of the thing that you want to do. You want to be able to jump at the time that he shoots or do stuff like that. Sometimes you can choose whether to take certain amount of damage or take other amount of damage, or sometimes it's just all around just not taking any type of damage at all. It's a very, very, very interesting thing if you think about it.
Movement matters
It's so simple.
in most interactions, which you can think of as Mamimi, which you can remember with, damn it, Mamimi gun,
That's a
why
lot
are you
of
the only thing that
DMG.
doesn't fit into my
That's a
argument?
lot of damage.
Okay, I'm sorry. Whew, that was a close one. Against soldiers, you can sometimes entirely avoid splash damage by moving diagonally instead of horizontally.
See?
Against pyros, you can avoid dying horribly by moving around the map in ways that put you outside of their effective range.
If you know what's good for you, you will run.
So
Against
he's
demo men,
explaining
you can
it.
throw off their prediction by jumping and then stopping your momentum.
Nope. I'm drunk.
Uh-oh. But not all movement is defensive.
What?
Spies need to know all the variations of trick stabs. Soldiers need to know all the nuances of rocket jumping.
Ha!
Scouts have to constantly take advantage of the terrain around them without even looking at it. There's so much you have to know! And yet, it's all built on just WASD and spacebar. Alright, I'm about to unravel the main point of the video, so if you've made it this far, try to keep up. TF2's design philosophy is centered around fair movement and risky weapons. The trend towards hit-or-miss weapons is no
Hitboxes
mistake.
are
In the
especially
pre-launch trailer for
important, especially when it comes to spies, their hitbox doesn't match their disguises. So a headshot on scout is more like a body shot on spy, for example.
Hitboxes are especially important, especially when it comes to spies. Their hitboxes are match their disguises. So a headshot disguise more than a body shot spy. Ah, yeah, that is true, actually. I didn't really expect something like that. Yeah, there's a lot more to it. I mean, he added like rocket jumping and like other things, but that is included with more buttons than expected. I think he's like trying to say that like it is easy and whatnot, but like at the same time, it's just like, for me, it's just, I don't know. That's additional advanced shit like rocket jumping and whatnot, because you are adding more mechanics to it. But yeah, no, like movement in general with the spacebar and WASD is a lot. It has a lot more. Like it could be a lot more advanced if you know what you're doing, especially when it comes to spies. Yeah, no, and especially with spies too, because obviously with a skinny frame, you're not really gonna hit the spy directly in the area that you want to, or the area you think you'd want to hit them. I think one of the characters slouches, so if you shoot them in the head where their head you think their head would be, you don't hit their head if it's a spy, because their spy is more upright, if I'm correct. I can't remember. It was a funny little thing that I saw, which is very
see
interesting.
that Scout was equipped with an automatic weapon, which was then replaced with the now iconic scattergun. Two of the classes that launched with automatic primary weapons have since received game-changing single-fire side grades.
And rocket
On the flip
jumping,
side, no
it's
class that
quite the
launched with
thing
a
to
single-fire
get
primary
used
weapon has
to.
ever
Oh, yeah.
received a truly automatic side grade. Single-fire weapons heavily punish you for missing. So how does TF2, a game often described as the gateway to PC gaming, avoid frustrating new players who might not be skilled enough to properly use these weapons? By making the movement feel fair. TF2's movement is designed to be intuitive, and I'm not just making this up. The TF2 team made this intent clear in the recent Jungle Inferno update, where they reworked the atomizer and base jumper due to them causing unpredictable movement.
Oh.
At a foundational level, it really helps that the characters in TF2 take time to switch directions, which gives them a natural feeling of weight. But why is this so important?
So painful.
I'll tell you. Because the movement is so fair, hit or miss weapons become rewarding instead of frustrating. And because so many weapons are hit or miss, every little movement counts and can be the difference between living or dying. When I die in TF2, I think, I could have hit that shot, or darn, I could have dodged that. No other game has ever so consistently made me feel like every death is my own fault. The combination of fair movement and single-fire weapons create.
I think I'd still find a reason to be like. I'd still find a reason to blame the other team. I'm gonna be 100% with you. I'm gonna be 100% with you. It's actually pretty funny.
It's highly interactive combat that rewards players for improving at the core actions of shooting and dodging. Look, there'll never be a game just like TF2. If you look at the TF2 classes, you'll see that they're all conceptually very simple. We've got Fast
Also,
Boy
one
with
of
Shotgun,
Scout's weapons,
Rocket Launcher
the
Shotgun
Baby
Dude,
Faces blaster,
Grenade
used
Man,
to allow
Big
Scout
Dude
to
with Big
simply
Gun.
outrun his
But
Hitbox.
TF2
Oh,
took
shit.
these simple classes and fine-tunes their interactions to perfection. And because of this, Fast Boy with Shotgun, Grenade Man, all the classes take thousands of hours to master. It's brilliant, it's masterful, and that's what makes it such a timeless game.
God, I don't think I think this is one of those
Thank
games
you so
where
much for watching.
it's
Remember
even. Oh fuck me! Why'd you do that? Even with its like small list of characters, because I'm used to like games like fucking League of Legends and fucking Overwatch with its huge roster of characters, some being more unfair than others. I think if TF2 just continues on with what they're doing, they probably wouldn't even need to have to add any more classes anytime in the future. I think it would just they would probably outlast many fucking games, many of them, you know. It just feels that way. They just kind of like it is simplicity at its finest, and that's like the greatest part about it.
To subscribe if you want to see more videos like this in the future, and make sure to leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to take a moment to thank the moderators and admins who kept my TF2 servers up and running during my years of absence. I've put the server IPs in the video description, so drop on by next time you play TF2. That's all for now, but expect more content soon.
It's an interesting game. I really do. I did enjoy it during the times that I'm playing it, and maybe one day I'll come back to it and kind of like stream me playing it just for the fuck of it. Maybe with a couple friends, or maybe with the community at large.
TF2's load-bearing wall is a peg of a coconut, and I find that hilarious.
What do you mean load-bearing wall? What is that?
It can't run without the coconut.
How the fuck does it do that? Apparently in there's the same thing is done in fucking Strive, Guilty Gear Strive, where Goku is keeping the entire game from exploding or something like that. Like, what the fuck do you mean? That is fucking wild. Hey, I don't understand. Coding must be one hell of a fucking drug. But yeah, no. Thank you everybody for coming by. I really do appreciate it. If you want more Yuffie content, there'll be stuff below where you can go on ahead and see my Patreon Pixiv, my webtoons, and my Tapas, where you can go on ahead and read my comic from. Also, you can support me on Patreon if you'd like to as well. You can have your name floating right there off in the corner if you see right there, as well as the end of these videos. From this point on, by the way, it's been a couple videos before I've been able to do it more often. And also, if you want to follow my streams, twitch.tv/Yuffie, so you can also see these more live and a lot more earlier for the people who actually want to see this kind of content, which would be great. I would love to see you. I would love to see you guys on YouTube, to see you guys here, or like maybe even on my YouTube streams when I finally get those set up a lot better. Right now, it's kind of just a lot harder since I do work too. So doing this is a little bit of a fucking load on my head. But yeah, no, thank you very much for coming by. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Mwah. Love you all. Bye, everybody.